I've spent quite a bit of time studying quantum theory and stuff like that, and I really believe in what they would call quantum entanglement, and what that means, and that we're all connected. Everybody that's here right now, participating, the panelists, everybody has come together in agreement to be here and is connected through a stream of energy that we can't see, but we can definitely feel. And it's beautiful, and we see it all the time. We see it all the time. Within groups, within our family, there's a vibration that's unexplainable, but that's felt, and definitely feel it within this group and what we're doing right now. What's affected on one side is affected on the other, and that's how the vibration of love travels, the truth. So we're connected, and there's nothing that I'm going to be able to tell you guys, show you guys, relay to you that you don't already know, that any of us don't already know. Everything that we need, we're born with, much like Nori said, the lotus flower. We're born with exactly with what we need. We're all here to remember who we are, and to remember our divine nature. And it's interesting because sometimes, and a lot of times, we need to be reminded of who we are and our divine nature multiple times, to not only reprogram the subconscious mind and all the times that we forget who we are and what our nature is, but also it feels good. It just feels good to be reminded of who you are, you know, and to be around people that reflect that into you, that are mirrors for who you are, and the love that you have, and the love that you have for yourself and your family and humanity, and the love you have for somebody just walking on the street, or a homeless person. The understanding that everybody's equal. Everybody's, you know, the fundamental essence of everybody is no better or no worse in any human, no matter who we are. And I strongly believe that. I feel it. I felt it since I was a child. So I believe that through quantum entanglement and the fact that we're all drawn here together at the same time in the same place, I'm pretty sure that that's a shared vibration with all of us. So there's nothing I can give you that you don't know. Everything you need is already in you. Your truth, the divine, the divinity, it's already there, guys. So hopefully I'll be able to remind us all, including myself, of that nature as we go into our body. And that's what I love about Nori, and that I got to follow her, because we share so many similarities in what we teach and our belief system, the fundamental belief system that our body is the vessel in which we navigate through. I always think of Bruce Lipton, Dr. Bruce Lipton, and his book, The Biology of Belief and Cellular Memory, and that where's our consciousness located in our body? Is it just in our brain? You know, is it in the whole body? It's in the cells, and Bruce Lipton really talks about the consciousness being in the cells of our body. Our consciousness, or our cells, have cellular memory. They store consciousness also. So the cells are located throughout our body. They make up all of our tissues, our organs, our nervous system. All of these things contain cells in them, and all these cells have memory. Much like our heart, right? Our heart is made up of all these cells, and they store so much memory, and it's such a receiver of consciousness. So it's more than our mind, it's our body. And when we take the time to go through our body and recognize each part of our body, give love to our body, we're able to release the things that are in our body that we stored in different areas of our body. We store beautiful memories in our body, and we can also store traumas and blocks and stuff like that in our body. So that's what we're going to be working on is I'm going to actually take you guys through a fairly deep guided meditation, almost a hypnosis. And we're going to be using sound frequency. So I'm going to be in tuning forks and a crystal bowl. Does that sound okay? Yeah, okay. Thank you, Ann. And then let me tune this tuning fork and okay, sweet. So we can hear everything. So as we go through the body, in this meditation, I'm going to be in tuning certain frequencies, and we'll start at the toes and then kind of work up through the crown chakra. So we'll start with the lower frequency at our toes of like 174 hertz, and then we'll work up to 963 hertz as we get to the crown, and we're going to go through the body parts and stuff like that, and we're going to be bringing in light and love to them, and then we're going to release anything that we're ready to release that does not serve us. So we're not going to push it to dig into anything, but as you're in meditation and you find something in a certain area in your body and you're ready to release that, or you have a desire to release it, allow it to be released, allow it to go, and allow, healing white light, universal love to come in and flood that area. One more point I want to make about our cellular structure and our cellular memory, and it's something that really stood out to me in Dr. Lipton's work, is that he did a study on people who had transplants. And one of my favorite stories was a lady who had a kidney transplant, and shortly after her transplant, she went and bought a motorcycle and started riding motorcycles. She had never in her life been attracted to motorcycles, wanted to be on a motorcycle, wanted to be around a motorcycle. She had no desire to ride motorcycles. Well, she found it very odd, and she did some research into the guy that she got the kidney from. And he was a biker. He was a motorcycle guy. His life revolved around motorcycles. The very first thing she did after she got the kidney transplant, and she was able to, to get back around and healed up, she went and bought a motorcycle. So that just kind of shows how powerful the cellular memory in our body can be and what kind of stuff we can store in it. So with that, guys, if anybody, I'll tell you what, let's take a minute. Anybody wants to get a drink of water, stand up, do anything and get ready to go into meditation, because I'm going to have you sit relaxed with your spine straight. You can sit in easy pose or in a chair like I'm sitting in, just with my spine straight. Put the hands on your knees. But go ahead and take a minute, get a drink of water. I'm going to take a drink of water, and then we'll be back and we'll get this going. Is there any questions? Does anybody have a question while we take this short time before we get going? And fascinating motorcycle. Judy, thank you.
Just gratitude, Jason. And I love how you explain that we hold things on a cellular level, right?
Yeah, you experienced that yourself, and if you want, if you don't mind, since you brought that up, and I don't know that I know that a lot of people here know your story and what you did, but how sound frequency and I think it was Jared Hewitt's stuff, really brought you through your MS and being in
Yes.
bedridden for like What, a year?
At 13 months, I
Yeah,
was bedridden on 22 pills and a pain patch.
yeah,
So what Jason does and what he's saying is so true. And I have cerebral palsy, so
yeah,
which
several.
means I have spasms, right? But my body was so tight that I wasn't spasming at first. I was very locked up. But as I relaxed, right, when I started listening to frequency healing with Jared Hewitt and other amazing people on U Wealth Revolution, like Joshua Bloom, who is one of our sponsors.
Hey,
Um,
Josh.
yes, he's an amazing healer as well. So when listening to the frequency music, it just kind of unwound. So I really know that it was locked in my cells and in my tissues and everything. And as it released, it was like electrical storm going through my body. I was that tight. But now I always say stress in, stress out, right? So I listen to your meditations, I listen to your frequencies because I know it just keeps me clear so that my body remains relaxed. So, um, that's what really piqued my interest about you, Jason,
Oh, cool.
because you do frequency and I know the power of it. And so it's amazing that you're here today because nobody should suffer in pain.
No,
And it took me about 4 months after I started listening to frequency music, healing music, and I continue with yours that I was off of the pills, off of the pain patch. I mean, I was shopping for wheelchairs. That's how bad it was.
yeah, it's
So
amazing. It's
bless you
amazing.
so much.
Oh,
Bless
thank
you.
you. Yeah, bless my chiropractor who introduced me to it. For grief. And my mom had passed away. She died from cancer, and it was not, it was rough. It was rough, and we were into the EFT tapping, man, and we were tapping and tapping, and I mean, it was just like she was to the point where before we started exploring this, and this was back in 2008 when EFT was, kind of like nobody knew about it yet. Nobody knew about it. We just happened to come across EFT. Gary Craig, who founded it, and he had some DVDs, or not DVDs, but CDs you could buy. And it was back in '08, and it helped so much emotionally. But anyway, after my mom passed, and then we'd lost, my wife we'd lost everybody. Like, we're the elders in our family.
Oh,
So
goodness. Wow.
I was having all this grief, and I went to my chiropractor, and I was like, Doc, I don't know, something's wrong with me. I don't know if I can do it. And he sat me down, he pulled out a set of tuning forks, and he did some muscle testing on me. And he didn't really talk about it, and he didn't advertise it as something he did. And he did this technique on me, the tuning forks. And I had this emotional release and emotional healing. And
Wow.
I was like,
Wow.
man, I want to learn how to do that one of these days, And as I studied it, I just really love it. So
And now you create your own stuff. I mean, you
yeah,
create from scratch your own meditations with the frequency, with the tuning forks, with the
yeah, yeah,
bowls and
definitely,
everything. It's incredible.
yeah.
You are spiritually guided and you just tap in to see what
I just want
or
people to feel good,
feel,
I mean,
right?
everybody, yeah, like you said, everybody deserves to feel good, and
Yeah.
I just definitely know that it's a beautiful modality to work it with. So, thank
Okay.
you. Are you guys ready? Is everybody ready? Okay, well, let's get started. I would ask everybody to, again, sit straight, relax, but stay connected energetically to your spine, your feet on the floor, or if you're sitting in easy position, easy pose, if you do yoga, that's amazing. If you have a mudra that you like to use it. and go ahead and allow the eyes to begin to gently close and allow yourself to relax. Notice your breath and the natural rhythm of your breath. And allow yourself to begin breathing gently through the nose. And perhaps breathe out through the nose and mouth together. You might gently touch the tip of your tongue to the top or the roof of your mouth, right behind the front teeth, to help strengthen your connection, your energetic connection, the flow of chi or prana that we're going to be working with. And allow yourself to breathe in deep and relax. And allow any past thoughts or concerns or mind occupations to release. And again, breathe in deep, relax, and let go. And it feels so good to relax. It feels so good to be surrounded in this virtual community that we've all congregated in, this virtual connection of love. And we relax. And take a moment and give your subconscious mind permission to open up and receive what it needs to receive through this healing session. Give your energetic body, all of your cells, permission to open up, receive what they need to receive through this energetic healing session. Take a big, deep breath in, let it go, and give your subconscious mind permission to release all that doesn't serve it through this energetic healing session. Oh, it feels good to relax. It feels good to let go, and it feels good to let in. And let's take one more deep cleansing breath and give that energetic body, the nervous system, the cellular system, full permission to release and let go of all that doesn't serve. It feels good to give it permission to let go. Now visualize yourself, see or imagine yourself walking down a pathway to a garden gate. And this pathway can be any path that you choose. Perhaps you're walking down a forest pathway or on the beach or in a meadow. Find your path and choose it and walk down it. And just notice the quality of the time of day. If it's day, what does the sun feel like? What does the air feel like, the breeze? Are there birds or are there flowers? Is there a stream or a water sound, the ocean? And approach this gate and open it. And you're in your sacred place. What does your sacred place look like? What does it feel like? As you look around and notice all the details, the colors, you notice one detail that stands out, and that's a nice, comfy place to sit. And look around and take in your garden, your secret place. It's a sanctum for you, a place that you feel especially safe, a beautiful place. Walk over to your place to sit. Perhaps it's a bench or a chair, or perhaps it's on the ground. Perhaps it's in the sand. You walk and sit in your place, and you soak in the beauty. And as you soak in this beauty and you feel the presence of love, I'm going to count from 10 to 1, and when I count to 1, the relaxation level that you're at right now will have doubled. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Your relaxation level has doubled and you feel wonderful. You're in a beautiful state of being. Although you're deeply relaxed, you're able to hear and understand all of the sound vibrations and sound healing suggestions that you will receive through this session. You feel wonderful, you feel safe, and you feel secure. Now, in this beautiful warm state of being, allow yourself just to take a deep breath in and slowly let it out. And allow your consciousness to drift down to the area of the toes. And feel the toes on both feet. You can feel that energy. And allow your consciousness to begin circulating around the area of the toes, going from the big toe to the small toe, back to the big toe, and then over to the other foot. In the same pattern, through the big toe to the small toe, back over to the big toe, and then back to the overfoot. Can you visualize or see this consciousness? Can you feel it as a shining ball of healing, universal love and light? And is there a color that you would like it to be? Would you like it to be pure white, blue or red, green? Find the color that feels right. And allow that consciousness to circulate around the toes. And allow it to begin to move to the middle of your foot, to the arch. From one arch to the other, allow this consciousness to circulate around the feet. Your shining ball of consciousness. See it and feel it as it begins to move up to the heels and through the ankles. And ask yourself, is there anything in the area of the feet, from the toes to the ankles, that needs to be released? Is there anything in the area of the feet, from the toes to the ankle, that needs to be released? And if something comes to mind, ask it to kindly leave the body. And breathe in healing, white, pure love energy into that area, the area of the feet, from the toes to the ankles. Breathe it in as if anything in there that does not serve is being released, it is being replaced with this healing white love and light. And bring the consciousness back to the area of the ankles again, and start rotating that consciousness from ankle to ankle. And let's begin moving it up to the area of the calf, right in the center of the calf. Feel the warmth around your shin. Can you notice the shins as it goes from leg to leg? Energy can travel, you know. What color is it? What's the quality of this energy in your shins and in your calves? Is there anything that needs to be released in this area? Kindly ask it to be released. Any resistance, any tension in the calves, the shins. Ask it to leave. Kindly leave. It's been there long enough. And breathe in that healing white energy, that white light, that love and strength, wisdom, will. Breathe it in and allow it to infuse into the area of the shins and the calf, replacing anything that doesn't serve you. We let that go. With gratitude and love, we let that go and allow yourself to take a deep cleansing breath in. And as you breathe out, anything that is not of service leaves. And we bring our consciousness from the area of the shins and calves up to the knees. Just notice your knees, your left knee, your right knee. As you start circulating that energy around the knees, notice the quality, the color of your consciousness. Our knees are beautiful knees that support us, that allow us to stand up and sit down. They work so hard for us, and sometimes we can store stuff there, stuff that doesn't serve us. And just circulate this energy around the knees. And if there's anything in the knees that is not serving, ask it to kindly leave. That it's been there long enough, and it is time to replace it with love and light. From the left knee to the right knee, circulate this energy, allowing whatever does not serve you to dissipate and leave. And breathe in love and light. Breathe in love and light into the knees. And one more big deep breath in into the area of the knees. And we let it go, and our knees feel warm and tingly maybe. They feel healthy and great. Now let's move our conscious awareness from the area of the knees up into the thighs and the hamstrings. And we'll do the same thing. We'll work from leg to leg, allowing that energy to circulate around the leg and then loop back over to the other leg. Through the hamstring, through the quadricep, and then back to the other hamstring around the quadricep, almost like a figure eight, or exactly like a figure eight. Can you move your energy? Can you feel it? Can you notice it? And just notice how the hamstrings and the quadriceps feel right now. Notice the quality of energy, the quality of light, and allow it to circulate. If there's anything in the quads or hammies that does not serve, ask it to kindly be on its way. It's been there long enough. And breathe in love and light. Just allow that energy to circulate from the top of the leg back down to close to the knee and then back up. Looping in a figure eight from knee to knee or from leg to leg. Just allow it to move up the entire length of the leg and back down at a speed that suits you the best. Healing and releasing, renewing, and rejuvenating the quads and the hamstrings. It feels so good. And bring that consciousness, that flow of energy, allow it to slow down as we take in one more deep breath and release anything that doesn't serve us in that area. And we prepare to move up to the area of the hips. And our hips are interesting. Our hips are interesting. For so many of us, we store stuff in our hips. We store stuff in our hips. So if there's anything in the hips that needs to be released, we're going to release it right now. You are going to release anything in the area of the hips that does not serve you. So allow your consciousness to move into the area of your hip. Either your right or left hip, whichever one you start with doesn't matter. Just feel a hip and feel your consciousness there. See your consciousness as a ball of healing energy. And I want you to choose the color. Sometimes pink is really nice. Some reason for the hips. Blues and yellows and white is always healing. Choose your color. And for this one, let's stay in the hip that you chose for a little bit. Whether you're in the right hip or the left hip doesn't matter, but stay in that hip and allow that consciousness to move around the area of the hip. Healing and cleansing the hip. If anything that does not serve you, if a memory is triggered, allow that to kindly leave and be replaced with healing, white light, with healing love and energy. Take a big deep breath in and allow that expulsion of breath to release anything that does not serve you. Take another deep breath in, just breathing in that healing light and love, and just allow it to circulate around that hip. And slowly bring that circulation to a slow stop. Allow it to radiate for a second. Allow your hip to glow. And let's move to the other hip. The same thing. In this hip, we're going to take that healing energy, that healing ball of light that you chose, and begin circulating that consciousness around the hip, around the joint and the socket. Just feel it. Just feel it And breathe in that love, breathe in that light, and send it straight into that area of the hip. And as you breathe out, if anything does not serve you, allow it to go. Allow it to go with the breath. Kindly leave the body. We thank you. You have served your purpose, and we are ready to release you. And so it is, and so it is. It is released. And taking a deep cleansing breath again, and just feel how good it feels. How good it feels to breathe. The prana, the universal light and love fills our lungs, igniting our blood cells and carrying that healing love to all areas of our body through our circulatory system. It's a beautiful thing. And just visualize this for a moment. And visualize that circulation going into the area of the organs. Let's start down at the bottom with the reproductive organs, and just visualize that prana, that light and love circulating through the reproductive organs. Any traumas or past experiences, if you can let them go, allow yourself to let them go. Ask them to kindly leave. And as you breathe in light and love to that area, and just really feel it. Really feel it. Just breathe it in. It feels so good to breathe in light and love and be aware of it. To be conscious that when you're breathing in light and love. And then it feels so good to know that you can direct that light and love to exactly where it needs to go. Releasing anything that does not serve you, and just breathing it in and allowing that ignited blood cells to carry to that area and just cleanse and heal. And it feels so good. And let's move up. Let's allow our consciousness to slowly begin moving up to the area of the solar plexus, around the area of the belly button, our stomach, and our intestines. And breathe in light and love, and just notice your internal organs, your stomach and your intestines. And if there's anything that does not serve, allow it to leave. Allow it to heal. What color is the light that's in your organs right now? Your blood cells are ignited. They're doing their job. You're breathing in light, and you're directing it right into those organs. And allow those organs to heal. Allow them to release. Anything that does not serve can kindly leave, can kindly be on its way. As we breathe in light and love, healing energy, we replace and renew, reinvigorate our digestive system down there, our stomach and our intestines. Now let's take that energy and let's begin to circulate it on up a little bit around the sides, and let's touch on the kidneys and see if you can just feel where your left kidney is with your consciousness. And I think we all know where it's located in the body, slightly on the side, kind of towards the back, and I guess kind of in the middle somewhere. Just notice where your kidney is and allow that healing white light, or the light of your choice, to heal and rejuvenate the kidneys. Is there anything in the kidneys that does not serve you? Allow those to leave. Kindly leave the kidneys. And allow your consciousness to move over to the other kidney, circulating, healing, glowing. and allow that to kindly leave. And move over to the right side of your body and just think about the liver for a second. Where's the liver located at in your body? Visualize it, notice it consciously, and allow yourself to begin circulating energy in that area, in the area of the liver. Anything in the liver that does not serve you, kindly let it go. It has been there long enough, and it is time to go. And we are replacing that with healing white light, beautiful white light, healing and cleansing the liver, breathing in and letting go. Breathing in, light and love, and letting go. And you can bring that movement to a stop. And let's circulate around the area of the lungs. Just notice your lungs now. As you take a big deep breath in, just see them expand and visualize that in your mind. What does the lungs, or what do the lungs look like when they expand? What do they look like when they contract? Visualize this. And on this next breath, really breathe in a strong, large amount of prana, universal life force, and allow it to fill the lungs and see it glow. See both of your lungs glowing as they expand. This healing light is expanding your lungs, and allow it to begin circulating through the lungs, around the lungs. It feels so good. The lungs are such a gift, as they are the conductors of this life force energy into our bloodstream. So really give your love to your lungs right now. Thank God or Goddess, the universe, for the gift of breath. In fact, breath is one of the very most important things that we can give ourselves. And it's free, it costs nothing, and it's so abundant. And breathe it in. Anything in the lungs that does not serve you is leaving. There's no question. Just allow it to go. Allow that to go. Breathe in that light and love. And that light and love, and allow those beautiful lungs just to heal and strengthen. In fact, you've never been able to breathe better. And your lungs, as they are healing, it feels so good. You feel so relaxed right now. And let's bring that circulation of energy in the lungs to a slow down a little bit. Of course, it'll stay in there. And let's just focus on the heart for a second. Let's take the heart. All of our hearts are glowing right now. All of our hearts are on fire. We're all connected. Everybody listening. And if there's anything in the heart, if there's a wound in the heart that you're ready to let go of, we can let go of that right now. Just breathe in love and light into the heart. Notice the heart. Feel it. Can you feel it beat? You know, the heart pumps that prana through the body. We breathe it in. It comes down into our lungs. But our heart is orchestrating it. And notice the field, the energetic field of the heart, as it really expands past the body. It's been said that it expands infinitely, that our heart signature expands infinitely. Breathe in light and love and allow the heart to really strengthen. And if there's a wound or anything in there that needs to heal, allow it to heal. Allow it to heal up. Allow it to scar over. If you can fully release it, but allow love and light just to fill your heart. Love for yourself. Be able to see yourself in your true nature. The beauty of who you are as a divine expression of all that is. Just feel that. Feel your heart. What color is it? What color expresses your heart? For many, it's green. Perhaps it's red or pink. Breathe in that light and allow that to magnify. And taking a deep breath, slowly let it out. And let's take the attention to the area of the throat. That's where we speak our truth. That's where we're able to express who we are. Can we express our divinity in all situations at all times? Can we be conscious enough to speak our truth at all times to all people? Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Allow that consciousness to move around the area of the throat. Allow it to circulate around in the direction of your choice and of the color of your choice. Often blue is a wonderful color for the throat. But you use your choice, your color. Breathe in that energy, allow it to magnify and move it around the area of the throat. Anything that does not serve you in the area of the throat can leave. Let's give that permission to leave. Kindly leave. You've been there long enough. Breathe in, light and love, and allow that to heal the area of the throat. Strengthen the area of the throat. You speak your love, you speak your truth. Who you are is strong. Your boundaries are strong. They are based in light, they are based in love, and they are strong. You speak your truth. And let's allow that energy to move up the throat, through the jaws, around the face, around the nasal cavities, through the eyes, into the center of your mind, into your pineal gland, your third eye. Just circulate this energy around and around in the direction of your choice. Anything in the mind that does not serve you can leave, kindly leave. The pineal gland can strengthen. If there's any substances in the pineal gland that does not serve your higher nature, it can leave, it can dissolve, it can break up and dissipate. And you can live your truth, you can live the divine reality of your beauty, of your love and your light. Breathe it in, allow it to expand, circulate it, allow it to slowly slow down and move up to the very top of your head, to the crown chakra. The top of our head, our antenna, maybe, to the connection of divine light and love. And just allow it to be open. Circulate that energy around the top of the head. Just circulate it. Allow it to be open. Allow it to open up like a funnel. And as you breathe in that light and love, just allow it to pour down the entire body through the pineal gland, the mind, the jaw, the throat, into the heart, igniting the shoulders, the arms, the elbows, the hands. Allow it to move down through all your organs. through your legs, your knees, your ankles, into your toes. Breathe it in through the whole body. And breathe out. And you feel wonderful, ecstatic. And soak it in for a second. And just notice your toes on the ground or how you're sitting. Notice your fingertips, your fingers. And you can go ahead and wiggle the toes and wiggle the fingers. And begin moving your head side to side like you're pouring water out of your ears. You got water in the ears, you pour the water out. And wiggle your toes and your body. Allow yourself just to really notice how you're sitting, where you're at. And when you're ready, slowly begin to open your eyes, stretch your arms out, and welcome back. Hopefully everybody's still here. That if you did this and participated in it. If you're not back, come back. Wake up. You're welcome, Pat. Any questions, guys, or Monica? Your head was all tingly and you're so relaxed. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. Leslie, you're supposed to almost drift off. So that's perfect. I hope most people went to that theta brainwave state where, where you're in that dreamy state and the subconscious is open and oh, Rhonda, you're welcome. Oh, 80, I didn't know you had surgery. 80 had surgery yesterday. Do I have a prize, Susan? Yes, I do have a prize. I can't remember what it was right now. But I have a prize that I was going to give away, and what it is it's your choice. It's your choice of whatever you want. I'll create a custom meditation with affirmations. Usually what I do is we'll have a session, we'll come up to what you would like to work on, whatever it is, or a past life regression. I do past life regressions, or dream regressions, which are really cool. If you ever want to explore a dream and go in and see what the meaning of the dream is, we go into hypnosis and you get to really dive into your dreams and figure out what they are for yourself, which is cool. But I'll give away a past life regression, a dream regression, or your choice of working on whatever it is that you'd like to work on, abundance or love, or if you have a trauma or whatever, anything. And we'll make you, we'll have a session. We'll come up with some really good affirmations in your own voice. I'll record those. I'll embed those affirmations into a really nice MP3. I'll compose you some stuff custom that feels like you to me. If you want binaural beats or anything, and then I'll make you a whole custom meditation, mastered and done really nice, and then I'll make you a MP4 video also that's kind of like a mind movie that you'll be able to watch. So that's what I'm giving away. Drink tons of water through today and through tomorrow. Flush everything out, Yeah, because sometimes toxins and stuff get released and junk, So it's good to flush that.
Lynn is saying that you gave her a personal sound healing and it was awesome.
Yeah, she got really good results from it because She wasn't feeling good, and that. Yeah, it sounds amazing, man. Frequency is just amazing, and we all have it. I mean, we all have the capability to heal ourselves, and there's so many tools out there and modalities, that we can use. So I really think it's a great one. I like it.
Yeah, you are phenomenal. I felt that, and I was, doing some background stuff, but I still felt it very strongly. And I can't wait to listen to the replay too,
Oh,
because
cool.
it is
Yeah.
awesome. You're so generous, Jason, because I know how much time and concentration it takes to do what you do. That is phenomenal. So if somebody wants to uh, win Jason's prize, say I do in the chat.
Much
Okay.
love, guys. Much love, everybody.
All right.
I appreciate y'all. I hope nothing but love and light for everybody. That's